But if the judge ven necesario, how to know to pronounce
Sees
that.
that it's
Okay,
necessary.
sees it necessary, uh, he declared the audience to be private. For example,
Mhm.
in the cases we have a controversia,
Mhm.
the
Yeah, yeah.
children or the private information.
Mhm.
But in this moment, this is a case more, it's a big case to controversial a lot because in this case we talk in money with the citizens, so it's public.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. The more transparency you have, especially in the court system, the better it is. There should be nothing to hide. I mean, as you said, of course, when it's come down to the children or some private information with the companies, yes, then that's a very different case. But in these type of cases, the more transparency, the better for everyone. Okay, good. So you must be exhausted after listening to all of that. Well, the good thing is that you can rest from tomorrow. Good. Maylin, how was your day?
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
Nothing much. I just get in the pool and take a quick shower because the class was almost starting.
Okay. Okay. So it's a pool day. Good.
Yeah.
Good. We need those as well. Okay. Excellent. Hector, how was your day?
My day was like a normal day, just cooking and reading, and yeah, was nothing really interesting today. Some training.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Well, you're gonna have a good rest on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
Yeah,
hopefully something more will happen, more exciting
yeah,
news.
yeah, probably.
Good. 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 Juan, how are you? How was your day?
I'm good. Yeah, I've had a a, a really nice day. Went to work and back, and I've been
Mhm.
resting.
Good. 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 Relaxing day. Melissa, welcome. How was your day?
It was good.
It
I
was good.
was working. I was working on the activities that I am missing from Moodle.
Okay, excellent. That's what I want to hear. Thank you. Did you hear everyone? I hope when on Monday I will ask you how was your weekend, you're gonna be saying, "Oh, I worked on Alticia so much that I finished full 100%, or at least 80." Good. Well done, Melissa. Thank you. Rafael, Guillermo, your cameras. Yes, Emilio.
Yes, with the topic we talk, for example, in the United States, that doesn't happen because they operate under the doctrine of common law, and their prohibition regarding hearings are different.
Yeah.
For instance, the rights under common law are restricted regarding the publicity of the hearing because it's prohibited.
Yeah. I think a lot of countries, like irrelevant of the law system, a lot of countries when the cases are relating to the children, of course, the children have to get like a full anonymity, and those cases are normally closed. Um, uh, as well as the companies, because of course with the companies you have a lot of private information that can be leaked in the hearing. So yeah, but I know a lot of countries, let's say in Europe, that they don't have that. I mean, you need like a special permission if you want to attend the hearing, and of course they can't be recorded, all of the other restrictions. But yes, for me, I think the more transparency, the better. Because if you're a judge, if you're making a judgment, you shouldn't be hiding anything. Nothing should be under the no deals under the carpet or under the table should be made. And yeah, that's just a part of what everyone expects when you go to the court. You want to be sure that you are getting a fair hearing, correct? Like that your case will be heard and a fair decision will be made. So yeah, okay, good. Guillermo, welcome. How was your day?
My day it's okay. I
Mhm.
don't anything more much, sorry.
Mhm.
Um I I I clear my house, I clear my room.
Mhm.
Uh I I forget really salty. No more.
Okay, good, good. Sounds like quite a productive day. A lot of activities you did, so well done. Javier, welcome. Both Javiers. Okay, good. Thank you, Javier, for switching on your camera. Javier Blue, how was your day?
Good day. Live and work.
Never, huh? Okay. Did you do anything interesting or exciting that you would like to share with the class? No?
Excuse me?
Did you do anything exciting that you would like to share with the class about your day?
Uh, eh, Today, well, working
Mhm.
on the right.
Okay, good, good. So you're working. It was a busy day, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. Javier Jara, how was your day today?
It's okay, teacher.
Did you do anything exciting?
No, I just went to the dentist. That's it.
Oh, that's not very exciting. That's
Uh,
more painful than exciting.
Not at all, but it's okay.
It's okay. Okay, good, good. I'm happy that you're not suffering. Jamile, welcome. How are you and how was your day?
Hi, pretty normal. I just like wash the dishes and eat. That's all.
Okay, nothing else all day.
Yeah, and I just play a little bit and then texted with my family. Yeah.
Okay, good, 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 good. Getting in touch with the family. Excellent. Carla, welcome. How was your day?
Hi, teacher.
Hello.
My day. A lot of work, a lot of
No,
traffic.
a lot of
I'm sorry
traffic.
I've been late.
Okay. Well, breathe and remember that the weekend is almost here. So so all of the things that were pending, you can finish doing them. Okay, Rafael, your camera on, please. Rafael, are you here? How was your day,
Yeah.
Rafael?
It was okay. It was a normal day. I don't did like uh something big. I just discovered new music and
Mhm.
and nothing else. Just
What do
was
what do you mean discover new music? Like a new group?
yes,
Okay.
new group of music. Yes.
Okay. What kind of music they play?
Well, it's techno.
Okay. And how did you discover them? How did you hear? Where did you hear their song?
Well, I was just searching for new music, and in YouTube they appeared,
Okay.
so I listened.
Good. What's the name of the group?
The name of the group is Well, it's not a group, like Avicii.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Which is very famous.
Mhm.
Good. Good. So you see, you did have some exciting things happening today. You discovered a new type of music, you discovered new songs, or so on. That's exciting. Edward, welcome. How was your day? Carla, if she wants to join the class, she just put a second chair and she can join us.
Hi, Mister.
Hello,
I'm fine.
Edward. Had a good day?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. What did you do?
Well, I was working in Alticia, and maybe clean my room, and yeah,
Mhm.
and cooking.
Maybe clean your room, or you did clean your room.
Yeah, not well, not all. Yeah, just cleaning apart. Yeah,
Okay, so you partially cleaned your room,
yeah.
huh? Don't use maybe here. Good, you partially cleaned your room. Excellent, well done. Ingrid, welcome. How was your day?
Hi, teacher.
Hello. How was your day?
I had a good day at work.
Mm-hmm.
I
Was it?
I like to write a book to happy
Mhm.
that tomorrow will be holiday.
Yes, tomorrow is a big holiday. Okay, good. Good. Carla, I was saying that if your daughter wants to stay in the class, just put her in another chair. She
Oh,
can
sorry.
listen.
Oh, sorry.
We have no age restrictions here, so don't worry. She can join. If she finds it entertaining, she can stay here. Don't worry.
Sorry.
We all have to learn at some stage. Okay, good. Now, everyone is kind of slowly coming in, but I think we have a good number of students. So let's give it a go and start with this activity. So this is very similar to what we did for the first time in yesterday's class. So this actually comes from Cambridge speaking exam. So these activities were part of the speaking exam, okay, for the Cambridge FCE exam. Now, in this case, again, just like we saw yesterday, you have two different pictures and you have like a clue or a question that gives you a direction which way you should go in describing or comparing or contrasting these two pictures. So let's give it a go. In this case, we have two pictures here. And the question is, what are the people trying to do? So in this case, we're comparing their activities. Okay, so what I would like, whoever is going to be describing, what I would like to hear first is where these activities are happening, correct? So talk about the surroundings, talk about the background. Is it indoors? Is it outdoors activities? Is it in the forest next to the lake or somewhere else? What kind of activities are these? Are they passive or active activities? Are they group activities or they are individual activities? Okay, and then you can go into describing a bit or focusing on the objects of these pictures. So again, looking at what are the people doing in those pictures. Okay, so who would like to give it a go with the first picture? With the first two pictures here, 1A and 1B. Who wants to try? A lot of raised hands. Well done. Can't pick one. Juan, let's go. Let's try.
Okay, to compare the both pictures, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as we can see, there are two pictures, but they seem to be set in the same place in a type of jungle forest. But they are doing quite different activities. On the picture on the left, we see a group of 4 people, I guess, yeah, and they seem to be tying up some water tanks, it looks like, to some logs. They're probably trying to make a simple boat, maybe
Mhm.
for rafting to navigate
so-
across the river.
Very good.
And in the picture on the right, it's a completely different activity.
Mhm.
They appear to be walking on lines tied to the trees.
Mhm.
It actually looks it looks fun. I want to try it.
Mhm.
And they seem to be wearing harnesses in order to protect them in case they slip and fall. And they're both outdoor activities, but
Mhm.
they are extremely different. As I said, one takes place in the water, the other takes place in the trees.
Yeah.
And they, in both pictures, they have to wear a different type of equipment. On the
Mhm.
left, they have to wear, I forgot the word, some
The water vest.
some life vests.
Yes.
And on the right, as I said, they have to wear harnesses, a hard helmet,
Mhm.
probably some elbow and knee pads.
Mhm.
And I mean, we cannot see in either picture, but there's probably a guide or a safety instructor to prevent an accident from happening.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Excellent description. Excellent description of the two pictures. Now, one thing you can highlight, and I'm not sure if you said it, but I did not pick it up, that you can say that the first picture, they seem to be working in a group, correct? Because as you very rightly said, one is holding the log, another one is trying to attach the rope. Well, this one is not doing much in this photo at least, but this one is trying to hold and help. So this is kind of a group activity, as opposed to here where it seems quite an individual activity, because each of the person seems to be walking on their own path. So again, there is much less teamwork in that picture. But apart from that, excellent description. Again, you talk about the surroundings, you highlight the specific things that they are doing, you are highlighting what are they wearing, how are they working together, and so on. Excellent job, Juan. Well done. Let's have a look at this one. So again, two pictures, 2A and 2B. Very different types of houses or rooms. And the question is, whose rooms do you think these are? Okay, so again, in this case, what we're doing, we're describing a room, and then we're trying to match or speculate who or what type of person would be living in this type of room. Okay, depending on the surroundings, depending on the things you can see. Now, who would like to try? Fiorella,
Yes, mister.
would you like to try to describe these two pictures?
And in the picture 2A, maybe is a room girl, and the
Mhm.
picture 2B is a room to a boy, because
Okay. Uh-huh.
maybe no sé cómo es la palabra.
Let's do it this way. Look, can you first
okay.
describe the pictures? So first of all, describe. Say, what can you see in the picture 2A? What kind of house it is? Give some adjectives when you're describing it. Then describe the picture 2B, and then make a conclusion. Like, based on the things that I said, that this picture A it looks modern, clean, organized, maybe minimalistic house. I think maybe a girl who is I don't know, a doctor lives here. And a picture B, based on the one thing or two things or three, I think it's I don't know, it's a physics teacher or something like that. Yeah, so try first of all to describe the picture. What can you see? What kind of things you can see? And then go into guessing or speculating who these rooms are. Yeah? Try again, Fiorella. Mhm.
Okay, in the picture 2A, the room is clean, is tidy, is more organization.
Mhm.
About the room girl,
Mhm.
the picture 2B is, no sé cómo se dice, desordenado.
Disorganized.
The picture
Mhm.
2B is more disorganized, is
Mhm. What else?
I
Why do you
see
say it's disorganized? Why do you say it's disorganized?
the bed is disorganized.
Mm-hmm.
Clothes in all
Yeah, the clothes are all over the place. They are on the chair.
in all places.
Yeah. What else?
The book saying in all day.
Mm-hmm.
The trash, basura.
The garbage, or the trash.
No more.
Okay. And now you can go and answer the question what you said earlier. Whose rooms do you think these are? So who do you think would live in the room 2A? And who do you think would live in the room as it's shown in the picture 2B?
I think the room 2A is a girl and the 2B is a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Okay.
the boy is more disorganized.
Okay. Just on behalf of all of the boys, not all of our rooms are the same. It's just this whoever
In
lives there. Yes. Okay. Very good. Yes, absolutely. Again, when you're describing the picture 2A, you can say that the room looks very clean, very organized. Okay, that's the word. Very organized. A bit minimalistic because again, you don't have too many things. Everything seems to be in the places, but it seems to be organized. So the person who probably lives there prefers a peaceful, peaceful house. Maybe they're working very hard, and when they come back home, they want to relax and they want to see peace and tranquility. This is also very light room because if you see, this picture 2A is much lighter than picture 2B. Of course, in picture 2B, it's very disorganized. Okay, so organized and disorganized. You can see a mess everywhere. You can see the clothes on the bed, on the chair, and everywhere else. You can see the trash everywhere. You can see some books. You can see some glasses of water, whatever that was, and everything seems to be very disorganized and not in any order whatsoever. Okay, very good. Good description. Well done, Fiorella. Now, next, this picture, two pictures here. So here we have again one. It's a kind of the composition of three pictures. So the 1A consists of these three pictures here, and then 1B consists of these three pictures here. And the clue is, or the question is, what are the characteristics of each kind of film? Okay, so what are the main characteristics of this type of film? If you know the specific film, you can say it. But if you don't, just what are the characteristics of normally these type of films? So identify a film, say what kind of film do you think this is, and then what are the main characteristics of those type of movies? And then the same with the second picture, 1B. So again, it's a collage of three pictures. And what are the main characteristics of this type of film? Who would like to try? Remember, only by trying we can improve. Yeah? Angelica Loja. Let's try. Angelica? Hi. Can't hear you. Can you describe the two pictures? Remember, if we don't try, you're not gonna improve. We all make mistakes. Just try with whatever vocabulary you have, just try to use it. So what can you see in these pictures? In the 1A, in these three pictures, what can you see? Let's say first picture here. What's that? Angelica.
Okay, the 1A is an action movie. We can see a helicopter calling with a car.
Crashing with a car. Okay, very good. Yeah, what else? What else can you see about the first picture? What's for example in this picture here?
Some people with ¿cómo se dice? Arma,
Guns.
guns.
Okay, and anything else about this picture here?
And other voice about to fail.
Okay, yes, very good. So this is the, as you very rightly identified, this is the action movie, correct? So again, look at the clue. What are the characteristics of each kind of film? So in the action film, we have a lot of action happening. So for example, as we can see in the first picture, we can see what seems to be a police car crashing into a helicopter. Okay, we can see a lot of fires, we can see a lot of explosions and so on. We also, with this type of movie, we can see a lot of guns, and we can see a lot of different situations or different actions happening, just like in this picture here, where the man is hanging on some sort of door or something, and he's trying not to fall. We don't see the full picture, but we are guessing that, again, there is a very intense or very rapid action happening in these type of movies. Here you go, excellent description. Now, can you do the same with the picture 1B?
1B is an animated movie.
Animation, yeah.
Where we see animals pretending that the life of the human.
Yes, very good. Why do you say that? Why they're pretending that they're living the lives of the humans? Because you can say that here in the first picture, we can see that the three animals, and you can name these animals if you know, a hippo, a giraffe, and a lion are taking what seems to be a metro or a subway. Okay, and then we can see that, again, here they are, I don't even know what they're doing here. Oh yeah, talking on the phone, I guess, on a paying phone. And here they're trying to escape from somewhere. Okay, very good. Well done. Excellent job. Excuse me. And the final one. Again, two pictures, and the clue is, what do you think the situation is? So again, describe the surroundings and then focus on the object. Who would like to try?
Maybe I.
Let's go.
So in one photo, I see a kitchen, probably in a house, and there is a woman, probably the mother of the little kid, and she is like teaching him how to make probably a cake or something sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. They are broken an egg and like mixing a dough. And in the photo, we can also see that the kitchen is beautiful. The kitchen has a lot of details in wooden details, and some plants. And I think probably it's a beautiful house. In the other photo, we can see a different kitchen, probably an industrial kitchen, maybe in a restaurant, or maybe in a hotel, or probably also in a boat or in a ship. There are a lot of people really fast working. You can really feel the stress in the photo. And probably it's not a cheap place. I think the food, okay, I cannot see really well the food, but seems like it's expensive food. It seems like they are really professional in cooking. The kitchen seems also really expensive with a lot of machinery, or I don't know, it's a really industrial kitchen. And I think that's it.
Very good. Very good use of vocabulary. Professional kitchen, industrial kitchen. You can see expensive cutlery, or you can see expensive plates, or even dishes in those plates. And as you say, you can feel the tension in the first picture. So everyone is rushing to make these plates ready, to make these dishes ready, and give it to the customer. So the bottom line is that this is the example of the professional kitchen. The opposite of that is in the picture 2B, where again, it's very clean, very neatly organized kitchen, but it's only two people. They're learning, they're not professionals, they're just learning how to make a cake or whatever they're making, bread or some pastries. But it's a mother teaching her child how to crack the egg and how to make that dough. So again, there is no tension in the second picture. It's just happiness of being able to be together and learn. Excellent job, Hector, and excellent job, everyone who took this chance to describe the picture. Remember, we are doing this to help you. I cannot guide you if you are not taking a chance. So please, those who did not participate yet, next week, give it a go. Okay? Give it a go, try, and this comes only from the practice. If we don't practice, and if the same students keep on describing again, and again, they are improving, but you are not. Everyone needs to improve. So please proactively ask and describe the pictures. Okay? Maria Antonieta, welcome. Hope you're well. Raul and Danny, your cameras on, please. Now, okay. So yesterday we spoke about the second conditional. We were doing some comparison between the first and second conditional. We were looking at the structures, how are they different, and in general, when and how do we use it. So what we have hopefully taken from these two classes yesterday and day before yesterday is that the first conditional, we talk about possible or likely future or present events. So it is real, the possibility of something happening is very, very likely. And then hopefully by now, you should remember the structure as well. So remember, each of it has two clauses, okay? So each of the conditionals, first, second, third, or zero, that we're going to talk about in the future classes, each of those conditionals have two parts or two clauses. Okay, so clause, think like that. Clause, it's quite a complicated word for some, but clause is in other words, it's just a part of the sentence. So the sentence starts, is divided into two parts. The first part is the if clause, and then the main clause. They can go each way. So you can start your sentence with the main clause and then to the if clause, or you can go the other way around. You can start with the if clause and then go into the main clause. The only difference here is the punctuation. Okay, so remember that if we start a sentence with the if clause, we're going to put comma after the if clause, and then we continue with the main clause. If we start with the main clause, we don't need to put anything. Okay, so it goes main clause and straight away the if clause. No separation between the two. So the first conditional, we use if or unless plus the present simple. If I miss the bus. For the main clause, we use will going to won't, not will not, won't, and might plus the infinitive. That's for the main clause. I will take a taxi, they will not go to the finals. Okay, so that is the example of the first conditional. Now the second conditional is very, very different. The second conditional we use when we're talking about imaginary situations. They are not real. The possibility of something happening is very, very unlikely. Very unlikely meaning zero chances of this thing happening. Okay, so first conditional, real, very likely to happen. The second conditional, unreal, imaginary. The chances of something happening is zero. Okay, that's the main difference between the two, and the structure as well. For the second conditional, again, just like the first conditional, it's divided into two clauses. The if clause, which is formed by if plus past simple. Remember, for the first conditional, it was present simple. Here we have the past simple. And then we have would, could, or might, plus the infinitive for the main clause. So both of these clauses combined form one sentence. Again, just like with the first conditional, you can move them around. So you can start your sentence with the main clause and then switch to the if clause, or you can start with the if clause and then go to the main clause. There is no difference there. The only thing is, as we said with the first conditional, is right here. If you start with the if clause, you need to put a separation between the two clauses. If you start with the main clause, nothing needed. So you can say, if I missed the bus, I would take a taxi. Or you can say, I would take a taxi if I missed the bus. Exactly the same meaning, does not change the context, does not change the meaning if we move the main clause and then if clause, or the other way around. Okay, so that's for that. Another thing to remember, or kind of a side rule, is that for the verb be, we use where for all the persons. If she were taller, if he was tall, if he were taller, if I were you, and so on and so on. Also, if I were you, we used to give an advice to someone. If I were you, I would study hard. If I were you, I would complete Leticia by this Friday, and so on and so on. So that's the main difference between the two. Where the situation is real and likely to happen, we are going to use the first. If it's not real, if it's imaginary or unreal, we're going to use the second conditional there. Okay, so that's the main separation between them two. Now, you have this already in our WhatsApp group, so please make sure whenever you have time during the weekend that you review this. Okay, because next week we're going to start with more conditionals. We're going to go into the second, and then we're going to go probably, I think, in zero conditional the week after. But we are going to cover all four of them. So remember the structure: if plus past simple for the if clause, and would or wouldn't plus the infinitive for the main clause, if we're talking about the second conditional. The first conditional is different. So let's have a look at this activity here. Now, what I want you to do, write second conditional sentences. So the example is given here. I not live with my parents if I not have to. And the second conditional sentence would be like, I wouldn't live with my parents if I didn't have to. Okay? So look at the sentences 1 to 10 and think, how would you write it in a second conditional sentence? Okay? So again, the structure we're going to be using will be this. If plus past simple for the if clause, and then would, could, or might plus infinitive for the main clause. If plus past simple, and then would, could, or might plus infinitive. So let's have a look at this. Questions 1 to 10. 2 minutes to think, and then we're gonna do this together. Okay, let's try. Who would like to try number 1? So remember, here we're doing the second conditional. Sorry, second conditional. Yes, Juan, let's go.
Nick wouldn't have to commute every day if he worked from home.
If you worked from home. Excellent. Well done. Nick wouldn't have to commute every day if he worked, if plus past simple, from home. Excellent. Number 2. Would like to try number 2?
Me.
Let's go.
Okay, if they didn't have such a nice dog, they would get on better with their neighborhood.
I agree with the first part. If they didn't have such a noisy dog, they'd
get on better with their neighborhood.
Yes, they would get better with their neighbors. Yes, they would or they'd get better with their neighbors. Well done. Well done, Carla. 3. Who would like to try number 3?
I would not buy that bike if it's it is too expensive.
I wouldn't buy that bike if I were you. It is too expensive. Excellent. Well done. Was it Gabi? Yes. Well done, Gabi. Number 4. Who would like to do number 4? Danny, your camera on, please. Remember, cameras must be on all the time. Yeah? Who would like to try number 4? We sell our house if somebody offer us enough money.
We will sell our house if somebody offered us enough money.
Say again. We
would sell our house if somebody offered us enough money.
Very good. We would sell our house if somebody offered us enough money. Well done, Emilio. Number 5. Who would like to try number 5?
If my mother-in-law lived with us, we will get divorced.
Excellent. Thank you, Andrea. Number 6. Who would like to try number 6?
You will share a flat with me if I paid half the rent.
Say again.
You will share a flat with me if I paid with it half the rent.
Yes, the if part is correct. Now the first part of the sentence. Remember the
You will
structure?
share.
Say
You will
again?
share. You will share. Or not.
So in this case, we're starting the sentence with the main clause, correct? So
Yeah.
with the main clause for the second condition, we start with would, could, or might plus the infinitive. Yeah, so let's try. So look at this sentence. You share.
I don't know. You will share.
Would you share? Yeah. Would you share your a
It's a
flat with?
question. Sorry, I don't see the question mark. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
No
Yes,
worries,
yes.
no worries. No worries, yes. Would you share a flat with me if I paid half the rent? Very good, well done. Number 7. Who would like to try number 7? Let's go, Jimlet.
If my sister tidied her room more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
Perfect, well done. If my sister tidied the room more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. Well done. Number 8. Who would like to try number 8?
You didn't treat my like this if you really will love me.
If you really loved me. Very good. You wouldn't treat me like this if you really loved me with ed. Excellent. Well done. Number 9.
If we painted the kitchen white, it looked bigger. It would look bigger.
Excellent. If we painted the kitchen white, it would look bigger. Well done. And the last one. Number 10. Edward, let's go. Number 10. You think about camping if you not can afford to stay in a hotel.
Okay. Would you think about camping if you couldn't afford to stay in a hotel?
Perfect. Would you think about camping if you couldn't afford to stay in a hotel? Very good. So in these sentences, what you can see is the two different parts. What we were saying earlier, that in the conditional sentences, it doesn't matter which part comes first, the if clause or the main clause. We can mix them in whichever way. We can start the sentence with the if clause and then to the main clause, or we can do it the other way around. We can start with the main clause and then go to the if clause. There is no difference in meaning. There is no difference in the context, or it doesn't change the context of the sentence. So it's exactly the same, and you can see it here as well. If we painted the kitchen white, that's the if clause. Would you think about camping? Again, that's the example of where we start the sentence with the main clause. Very good. Well done. Now, let's look at this activity here. First or second conditional. Complete with the correct form of the verb and then identify which conditional it is, the first or the second. Okay, so example, I'll stay with my sister if I have to go to London for my job interview. I'd buy my own flat if I had enough money. Okay, so again, remember the difference between first and second conditional. That's where we start to compare the two. With the first conditional, the situation is very real. Okay, with the second conditional, it's unreal. It's imaginary situation. So with these two in mind, let's have a quick look at the sentences from 1 to 10. And let's try to see which conditional it would be. And remember, the structure changes. Okay, so for the if clause, if it's a first conditional, you have present simple. If it's a second conditional, you have past, and then for the main clause as well. So consider that in a structure. Now, again, 1 minute to quickly go through the questions 1 to 10, and then we're going to do this activity together. So which conditional, first or second, and then the what's missing. In this case, just looking at the structure of the sentence, you can already see which conditional it is, correct? Because you're only missing one part in each of the sentences. So by looking at the second part, for example, in this question number 1, my kids get up or whatever, got up earlier if they didn't go to bed so late. So you look at the if clause, and then you see what is the structure used here. Okay, if you see that it's if plus the past simple didn't go, then you know that we're going to use the second conditional, correct? Then you go back to your WhatsApp group, you look at what is the structure of the second conditional, if plus past simple, and then would, could, or might plus infinitive, and then you will have the answer. What's the missing word here? Okay, 1 minute to quickly run through the, sorry, yeah, it's this one. Okay, let's go. So number 1, who would like to do number 1?
My kids will get up early if they didn't go to bed so late.
And which conditional?
The second condition.
Excellent, well done. My kids would get up earlier if they didn't go to bed so late. Very good, second conditional. Number 2, who would like to try number 2?
Where will you live if you go to university?
Very good, which conditional?
First condition.
First conditional, excellent. Where will you live if you go to university? Excellent, well done. Number 3.
If you make dinner, I will the washing up.
Excellent. If you make dinner, I will do the washing up. Which conditional?
First.
First, excellent. Number 4.
Second conditional.
Okay, go ahead.
If you lost your job, what will you do?
So again, what will you do? So you can see the 2 parts, correct? We start this question with the if clause, okay? So we don't know which conditional to choose here, but we can see the second part. We can see the main clause. So we can see that the main clause has will and then do. So do we use will with the second conditional? With the second conditional, we use would. correct? And with the first conditional, we use will and the infinitive, will do. So that means that it's not a second, that means it's a first conditional. And we need to use if plus the present simple. Okay, so try again.
You lost your job, what will you do?
Yes. If you lost your job, what will you do? If you lose your job, if plus the present simple. If you lose your job, what will you do? First conditional. Number 5.
We wouldn't have a dog if we didn't have a garden.
Excellent. Which conditional?
Second.
Well done, well done. Number 6. Who would like to try number 6?
First.
Here you go. Yes, and
How will you get to work if you sold your car?
try again.
If you sold, is it sold? If you sell your car.
Very good. Remember, that's what we were talking about, the importance of knowing the structure. Okay, so when we're talking about the first conditional, if plus present simple, not the past, nothing else. If plus present simple, then will plus infinitive. So we have, how will you get to work? Again, if you see, sorry. Yes. So how will you get to work? So we can see already that this sentence starts with a main clause. We can see will, and we can see infinitive get. How will you get to work? So then we know that for the if clause, we need to use the present tense. If you sell your car, first conditional. Very good. Well done, Danielle. Now, number 7. Who would like to try number 7?
If we sit in the shade, we won't get sunburned. First conditional.
Perfect. If we sit in the shade, we won't get sunburn. Well done. Number 8. Who would like to try number 8? If you could change one thing in your life, what?
What will it be?
Will?
Second.
Well, second.
What would it be? Yes, second conditional. Again, if you could, so we have if, can, could. Could is the past tense, correct? So we know that it's a second conditional. Then we continue with the rest of the sentence. What would it be? If you could change one thing in your life, what would it be? Well done. Second conditional. Number 9. Want to try number 9?
He won't be able to pay next month rent if he doesn't find a job soon.
Perfect.
And first condition.
Perfect. He won't be able to pay next month rent if he doesn't find a job soon. First conditional. And the last one.
If she had a job, she wouldn't stay up so late every night.
Perfect. Well done. Excellent job. Now, I want you to do activity 1B. So I would like you to go to your Moodle. I would like you to log into the unit 7B and then the activity 1B here. No. Sorry. 1B here, grammar. First or second conditional, complete with the correct form of the verb. Okay, so yeah, unit 7B, student book, scroll down, And then just under the picture here, grammar bank 1B, first or second conditional, complete with the correct form of the verb. Okay, 1 minute to finish, 1 minute, and then we'll move on. Okay, time's up. So just to recap for the last time, the key things to remember when we're talking about first or second conditional is, first of all, when do we use it? So with the first conditional, remember that the situation is real, it's possible, it is very likely to happen. With the second conditional, the opposite of that. It's not real, it's imaginary, the situation is not going to happen, in other words. Okay? And the same with the structure. Remembering the structure will help you to identify one or the first or the second conditional. So first conditional, we have if or unless plus the present simple for the if clause, and will, going to, won't, or might plus the infinitive for the main clause. With the second condition, we have if plus past simple for the if clause, and then would, could, or might plus the infinitive for the main clause. So please memorize these, because these will help you and it will make it less confusing for yourselves once we introduce the third conditional, once we introduce the zero conditional as well. Okay? So 1 is real, 2 is not real, imaginary. Now, let's have a look at the pronunciation, and let's work on the pronunciation a little bit. Okay? So what we're going to do next, we're going to look at the activity, what is it, 2A. Okay? Listen and repeat the sentences and try to copy the rhythm. Again, we spoke about the importance of the intonation in English language. We spoke about the importance of the stress, whether it's a full word, whether it's a part of the word, whether it's a question or it's a normal statement. Okay? So let's look at these 5 sentences, 1 question and 2 sentences, and let's try to focus or highlight the words that are in bold. If I lived on my own, I'd have to pay rent. If I lived on my own, I'd have to pay rent. Okay, so the focus words here, or where you can feel that our voice is going slightly up: lived, own, have, pay rent. Okay, who would like to try? If I lived on my own, I'd have to pay rent. Gabi.
If I live on my own, I have
Mhm.
to pay rent.
Okay. Lived, yeah. If I
Live.
lived on my own, I'd have to pay rent. Feel how your voice is going up, or it should be going up on those words that are marked in bold. So here we have lived, own, have, and pay rent. Okay, so try again. Your
Okay.
voice goes normal. On the highlighted word, your voice goes up. If I lived on my own, I have to pay rent. Yeah, try again.
Okay. If I live on my own, I have to pay rent.
Very good. Laura, the same sentence.
If I lived on my own, I'd have to pay rent.
Very good. If I lived on my own, I'd have to pay rent. Well done. Would you leave home if you got a job? Would you leave home if you got a job? Guillermo.
Would you leave home if you got a job?
Very good. Melissa.
Will you leave home if you got a job?
Very good. Try again.
Los planes. ¿No?
Okay. Jamile, number 3. Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move out. Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move out. Jamile.
Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move out.
Excellent. Angelica? Angelica, number 3. Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move out. Angelica.
Even if I couldn't afford it, I would move it out.
Okay, try again. Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move out. Try again.
Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move it out.
I wouldn't move out. I wouldn't move out. Try again. A full sentence, please.
Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move out.
Very good. Even if I could afford it, I wouldn't move out. Number 4. If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaning. If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaning. Ingrid.
If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaning.
Very good. Try again. Again.
If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaning.
Very good. Very good. Nareli?
If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaner.
One more time. If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaning. If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaning. Try again.
If it were my flat, I'd be happy to do the cleaning.
Very good. I'd get on better with my parents if I didn't live at home. I get on better with my parents if I didn't live at home. Rafael. Rafael? Danny?
I get on better with my parents if I didn't live at home.
One more time. I'd get on better with my parents if I didn't live at home.
I get on better with my parents if I didn't live at home.
Very good. Javier? Ejemplo?
I get on better with my parents if I didn't live at home.
Very good. Javier Jara?
I get on better with my parents if I didn't live at home.
Very good. Very good. So remember, these we need to practice every single time. So even if we're doing some grammar activity, okay, but you are reading the sentence or you're giving your answer, please try to incorporate this rhythm. The stress word, the focus words. Remember, we spoke about those in actually one of the first classes about the importance of the intonation. So remember to use those, especially when you're talking, if you're making a statement or you're making a question, okay? Because if you talk with a flat voice, it's going to be very difficult for the person you're talking to understand, like, is he expecting the answer or is she expecting the answer, or they're just making a statement, okay? Very good, well done. Now, let's So we're going to look at some vocabulary relating to the house, to the our home, and it will help us hopefully to describe our ideal home. Will equip us with more words that we can use when we're talking and describing the place where we live or where we would like to live. So I would like you to look at this. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about the prepositions, and we're going to look at the different words, but we're going to talk about the prepositions in and on. Now, who can tell me what is a preposition and when do we use it? Now, I'm going to use a second conditional here. If I were you, I would open our WhatsApp group, and one of the first pictures sent to the group will help you with this answer. Okay? If I were you, I would open the WhatsApp group. Yes.
The answer with the second. I leave this.
Yeah, but
this
when
okay. The preposition I think is on.
Yeah. Now we're just not looking at the questions. Now we're just looking in general. What is a preposition and when do we use it? So I'm giving you advice. If I were you, I would open WhatsApp group, scroll all the way up, and one of the first pictures I put in the group will have the answer about the preposition. When do we use the prepositions and what are they used for in general? Scroll all the way up. It's actually, I think, the first picture sent to the group where we say 8 parts of speech. Find the preposition there. Eight parts of the speech and look at the preposition. So when do we use prepositions in general? Did anyone find the picture? Don't tell me you're deleting all the pictures from the WhatsApp group, please. Because no one seems to have it. Did anyone find it?
Yes.
Okay, yes, Jamila. So when do we use prepositions?
It says that we use to show place, time, or direction in a sentence.
Very good.
It is used before a noun, a pronoun, or a gerund.
Excellent. Well done. Now, let's have a look at these two sentences. Okay, so as we said, we are going to be talking about the prepositions in and on. Okay, so let's look at these two sentences and compare them. I'm in the car or I am on the car. Do you think they are correct, both of these sentences, or just one, or none? I'm in the car, I'm on the car. Using both prepositions, in and on.
The
What do
correct
you
is
think?
in
The correct is in. Why?
because I am inside the car, in the car.
Yes. Okay. Okay. How about the second one? I'm on the car. Can we say that?
I think yes. When you are or I am riding a car.
When
Like
you're what,
driving.
sorry?
When you are driving.
So when you're driving, where are you? In the car or on the car?
I think on the car. But I'm not sure.
Both are correct. But again, depends on the context and it changes completely when are we using it. Okay, so when we say I am in the car, we literally mean that I am inside the car driving it or just sitting it. Okay, but you can also say I am on the car. If you are sitting on the roof of the car, there is no grammatically incorrect way to do it. So you can use both in this case, the prepositions in and on. However, as you can see already from these two pictures, the meaning is completely different, correct? Because in one case or in one instance, you're talking about you being physically in the car with the enclosed environment of the car. In another instance, we're saying I am on the car, which means that I am on the surface of the car. I am on the roof of the car. So that is the main difference between the two prepositions here, in and on. Let's have a look and let's analyze a couple of more examples.
Teacher, but on only we use for date, no?
No?
I confused that.
Here we're talking about the location. So give me 1 second. Let's have a look at these two slides, and we're going to look at some exceptions from the rule. So the preposition in we use when we are talking about something that's within or inside the edges, meaning something that is surrounded by something else, like there is an edge around it. Okay, then we're normally going to use the preposition in. Let me give you an examples. I've got the keys in my pocket. Okay, so my pocket is physically surrounded, okay, by the material. If it's a jean, it's physically surrounded. So that's why we're saying it's within the edges of my pocket. My keys are surrounded by my pocket. That's why we're using the preposition in. There is some milk in the fridge. Again, the fridge, you close the door, there's a physical space of the fridge that has the edges. The fridge starts somewhere and the fridge just finishes somewhere. So all of those edges means that the milk is within that specific space. That's again why we're using in this case. I left my bag in your office. Again, office is physically surrounded by the specific walls, and that makes a space or has the edges. So within that office, I left my keys in your office. We can also talk and use in when we're talking about the geographic location. So again, here we need to think a bit outside the box, and especially when we come to the preposition on. But for example, I grew up in London. What does it mean? London is a city, correct? But it has some edges where that city ends and another city starts. Okay, so here we are talking about the specific place inside the edges, meaning that London is like a circle around on the map, and that defines London. So if we're talking like that, we can use the preposition in. I grew up in London. London as if the physical location inside the edges or within that specific physical location. Regolissa is a small village in the mountains. Again, this is a bit more challenging to think, but think like that. The mountain starts somewhere and they finish somewhere, which means that there is a physical location of those mountains. It might be 5 kilometers mountain range, or it could be 20 kilometers mountain range. But that specific village is within that territory, within that enclosed territory, within those edges. That's why in this case, we are using in. But also we can use in when we are talking about being part of a team, for example, okay? Or forming a not so visible, but team. She works in a finance team. So in the corporation, of course, there is no sign where it says the finance team is here, but group of people who form that team, they actually make that specific within the specific environment or within those edges. So finance team is formed out of 4 people, meaning 4 people form a specific team, and that team has the edges. So being a part of the team, she works in a finance team to be a part of something within the edges. Now, let's have a look and let's compare of when do we use on. On we use when we're talking about surfaces. Normally, we're talking about surface, let's say the floor, the ceiling up, or the edges of the room, so the walls. These are all surfaces, correct? But we can also use on when we're talking about flat surfaces like roads, streets, or even rivers, okay? So let's look at some examples. My phone is on the table. So the table is flat and the surface is there. My phone is on top of that surface. That's why we're using preposition on. We can see the painting on the wall. Again, here we're talking about the surface. In this case, the surface is the wall, and that's why the painting is on top of that wall. So we're using the preposition on. We live on the 4th floor of the building. Again, in this case, we're talking about a specific surface where we live. 1st floor, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, and 4th floor here. We live on the surface of the 4th floor. That's why we're using on. The supermarket is on the corner of George Street. Nice is on the south coast of France. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky and where you need to switch on your 3D thinking. Because a lot of times what's going to happen with these prepositions in and on, they are interchanging. So we can use very, very specifically when we're saying if we're talking about a specific place within those edges, we said that we're going to use in. But in this case, Nice is on the south coast of France. So we're not talking about the specific location as in France. We are talking only about the surface, the ground or the road in the specific area of France. And for that reason, we are using on and not in. So we are not defining the France here as we said, within those edges. We are talking about the surface, that somewhere in the south of France, there is a surface or a flat surface, which Nice is on. If it wasn't complicated enough, let's look at some of the examples and of the what's called gray areas. Gray areas is, again, where it's, we can use, in some cases, one or the other. In other cases, it's just the way the English works and the way that historically the English language works, and we are saying it that way. Now, someone said the example, let's look at these 2 sentences first. I am in the car, but I am on the bus. We're not saying I'm in the bus. Grammatically, it's not right. So again, coming from the historical backgrounds of the English language, we are going to be saying I am in the car, where I'm physically in the car within those edges, but we're going to be using expression I am on the bus. And a lot of times there is a lot of gray areas like this where we just have to memorize it, because that's the way that specific chunk of words go together. So all of the prepositions, they are normally learned together with something. And that's why I ask you to look and read how do we use a preposition. So you know that preposition does not come on its own. Preposition is used with something, is accompanying something. So when we are learning the prepositions, we are learning them together with the adverbs, with adjectives, and so on. I am in the car, but I am on the bus. And both are correct. But you cannot say, if you're talking about you driving the car, you cannot say I am on the car. As well as you cannot say I am in the bus. The correct way to say it, I am on the bus, not in the bus. The same example here. Nice is in the south coast of France. Nice is in the south of France. So again, here we're using both prepositions. We're using on the south coast of France when we're talking about the specific south coast and the surface of that south coast. In that case, we're using on when we're referring to the surface. Where is actually Nice? On the surface of the south coast. But the correct way, another correct way, Nice is in the south of France. So in this case, we're talking about enclosed area of, or enclosed territory of south of France, and Nice is exactly there. So in this case, we're talking and we're referring to Nice as within the enclosed territory, south of France, and both are correct. Okay, so that's why these type of examples, we call them gray areas, because they have to be memorized, and you have to be a bit more specific of when do we use one or the other. So in other words, we use when we're talking that something is within or inside the specific edges, meaning enclosed area, and inside there, like inside the car. On, we use when we talk about surfaces. It could be the surface where you are putting something, your mobile phone, on the table, you're sitting on the car, so on the surface of the car, but it also could be roads, streets, and rivers. I live on the corner of 9 de Octubre. Okay, so again, in this case, I'm talking about the flat surface. Flat surface, in this case, the road. So I'm living on that street. So remember, the best way to remember about in and on is by this example. In, remember this picture, that this girl is sitting inside the car, enclosed environment, okay, or closed area. On, she's sitting on the surface of a car. So again, we're using on in this case. Now, let's go back to this example here. So let's look at these 6 sentences. The first one's been done for us. And let's try to see which preposition would be suitable here. The first one is completed. I live in the country surrounded by fields. Okay, so in this case, we are talking about a specific area or specific zone. Within that area is where I live. Now, how about the second one?
On.
Can you read the full sentence, please?
I live on the outskirts of Oxford, about 5 miles from the center.
Well done. Number 3.
I live in a region.
Very good. Again, we're talking about physically, just think. The village it doesn't have any walls or anything, but it has a certain territory. And within that territory is where I live. I live in a village, a town, or a city. Number 4, please.
I live on the second floor of a large block of flats.
Number 4, please. Before that. Let's do number 4 first and then 5. I live in Aldeburgh, a small town.
On the East Coast.
Very good. On the East Coast. Again, In this case, we are talking about the small village, but we're talking about the surface of that East Coast. So I live on the East Coast. Very good. Number 5. Number 5.
I live on the second floor of a large block of flats.
Flats. Very good. I live on the second floor of a large block of flats. Very good. Again, here we're talking about the surface. First floor, second floor. This is the surface where I live on the second floor. And the last one, number 6.
I live in Croydon, a suburb of London, about 10 miles from the city center.
Say again, I live
in Croydon.
In Croydon. Very good. I live in Croydon, a suburb of London. Again, in this case, we're talking about Croydon is one part, okay, or one enclosed area. You don't need to have walls, but you know that this is the area that is defined within. So within that area of Croydon, that's where I live, in Croydon. Very good. Now, a quick break or we continue?
Break.
Okay. Just one. No one else wants to have a break.
Break.
Okay.
Break. Please.
Okay. Please. Okay. Okay. Let's do 10 to 8. We regather. Okay. So 7 minutes. Quick break, and then we regather. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Your camera's on, please. Welcome back, welcome back. Gabriel, Laura, Angelica, Melissa, Meilin, Guillermo, Hector, Juan, Álvaro, Rafael, Javier, Edward, Andrea, Yomi, your cameras on, please. Okay, so let's continue looking at some vocabulary that will be useful when we're trying to describe our home or where we live. So first, I want you to focus on the activity 2A, and let's look at this picture here. Let's match the words and the picture. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the left-hand side. We're looking at this first. So let's look at the words first, when we're describing a flat. Balcony, basement, entrance, ground floor, or in American English, first floor, and then top floor. Okay? So let's look at the picture. Number 1 has been done for us, top floor. Okay? How about number 2? Which word do you think describes number 2?
Balcony.
Balcony. Very good.
Balcony.
Now, excellent. Well done. So balcony is normally in the block of flats where you have a small outside area where you can, I don't know, plant some flowers, or you can put a chair, but normally it's a small area outside your house. Very good. Balcony. Then we have number 3. What do you think is number 3 here?
Entrance.
Entrance, very good. The entrance to the building, and again, you enter the building first through the entrance, and you have the different flats on each side. Very good. Number 4. What could be number 4 here?
Ground floor.
Floor.
Yes, ground floor. Very good. So in the UK, they start from the ground floor. So when you enter the building, that's going to be the ground floor. And then you go to the first, second, and third floors. Okay, so in this case, it would be you enter the building here, that's a ground floor, second and third or top floor. In American English, and I believe in Ecuador as well, you start with the first floor. First floor, second floor, and third floor. Okay, so it's slightly, how do you, now I'm thinking, how do you start the first floor that you enter the building? How do you call it? Primer piso.
In Spanish,
Yes,
planta baja.
planta baja. Yeah, so that's the same as ground floor. Here you go. So the same as in the UK. Planta baja, primer piso, so on and so on. So the same here. Ground floor, first floor, second floor, and so on. Okay, very good. And the last one, number 5. What do you think is shown in the picture number 5 here?
A basement.
Basement, very good. So basement is normally goes not up, but it goes down, and that is normally used for the storage of unnecessary or the things that you don't need on a daily basis. That's a basement. Basement is in the ground. Okay, very good. Now let's have a look at a private house. So the first picture was the flat. Now let's look at the house. Okay, so again, you have what seems to be quite a big and nice house, and you have the following words: a chimney, gate, path, roof, steps, terrace or patio, and wall. Okay, so the first one has been done for us. It's a chimney. Okay, So a chimney is, you can see here on top of the roof, you have where the smoke actually comes from. So the fireplace, I think we spoke about this a couple of classes back. The difference between the fireplace and the chimney. The fireplace is where you put the wood, and that's normally inside the house. And the chimney is a construction outside the house where the smoke comes out. So the first one been done, chimney. Now, number 2. What is the number 2?
Roof.
Roof. Very good. So the roof is outside the house, and it protects your house from any rain or any other bad weather. Okay, that's a roof. Number 3. What is the number 3?
Terrace, patio.
Terrace or a patio. Very good. Again, you can see the difference between a flat and a house. So a terrace or a patio is, again, similar to the balcony. It's an outside area outside the place where you live, but it's significantly bigger. Okay, so terrace or a patio, significantly bigger than the balcony, and it's normally only in the houses. Now, number 4.
Steps.
Steps. Again, steps to get to your house. Number 5.
Path.
So sorry?
Path.
Path. Very good. Yes, it could be a bit tricky with the picture here, but yes, it's a path. So the path is actually when you walk in your territory, you go through the wall, you go through the gate, you entered your property where your house is, and then you have a path leading to your house. So number 5 is a path. And then number 6.
Wall.
Say again, wall, yes. Number 6 is a wall. Again, the wall, it shows the territory of your house. So again, in most of the places, the people would have some sort of wall, even if it's not very high, but it will still have a wall to mark their territory around their property. That's number 6. And number 7?
Gate.
Gate. Very good. Gate, where you enter your property. Very good. So these are the vocabulary that you should, again, incorporate when you are describing whether it's a flat or a house that you live in. These are the vocabulary that you can use. Balcony, basement, entrance, ground floor, or the first floor in American English, top floor. Chimney, gate, path, roof, steps, terrace or patio, and a wall. Very good. Now, let's look at more vocabulary when we are using to describe the house. So, Rafael, could you please read activity 3A or just the description here? I live.
Yes. I live in Corch in the country. It's old and made of stone, and in the rooms have very low ceilings. Ceilings, sorry. There is an open fire in the building room, and it's very coffee. Cozy.
It's very cozy in the winter. Okay. So a cottage is a detached house, meaning it's a single house for the family, and that's a very British type of house. So think of when you see a British movies and when you see like somewhere outside, maybe in the woods or in the some sort of fields, you see a lonely house. These old houses, these are called cottage houses. Normally they are made of stone. Obviously inside they have all the modern amenities, but they are mainly or normally made out of stone. And these are very typical traditional British type of houses. They're called cottages. Normally, as I said, those cottages, they don't have too many neighbors around. Normally it's a cottage somewhere in the farm, maybe in the field or somewhere close to the forest. And it's quite a remote location. That's one of the key defining factors of the cottage. So when we're describing, look how this person is describing his place. It's an old place made of stone. The rooms have very low ceilings. Now, what is a ceiling? What is a ceiling? Okay,
The
look up,
base
everyone.
of the second floor.
Look up. Look up, everyone, wherever you are. If you look up, that's a ceiling. Okay, so the ceiling, just look up, and that's what it is. So in this case, it says it has a very low ceiling. Again, the characteristic of the old cottage houses, where they are very small spaces. Okay, so the ceiling was quite low. The people in some cases even have to bend in some places to walk past. There is an open fire in the living room, and it's very cozy in the winter. Okay, so again, open fire is where you put the wood, and then all the smoke from that open fire goes through the chimney outside the house. Very good. Let's have a look at the second description. Edward, could you read the second description here? Here, please.
I live in a modern flat in the city center. It is spacious and very light, with wooden floors and big windows.
Very good. So again, I live in a modern flat. That's how you can describe. So if your flat is a new flat, if it has some modern amenities, you can describe your flat as a modern flat. In a city center, it's spacious, it's very light. Light, again, look at the two differences between how dark this place is in the picture number 2 here, and how light, how spacious it is in here. Of course, a lot of that is to do with the color of white color is being used on the walls, and quite dark stone colors that are here. But again, this flat looks very, very light and spacious, with wooden floors and big windows. We can't see here. Here's the wooden floor and a spacious window. So this is a couple of new words, or I'm sure you know these words from other contexts, but you can use them when you're describing the place where you live. Modern, spacious, light, minimalistic, wooden floors, wooden doors, so on and so on, depending on the house where you live in. Now, let's put this vocabulary into practice. Okay, so I would like you to go to your Moodle and complete these two activities. Vocabulary, number 3, vocabulary bank 1A, complete with a preposition, and vocabulary bank 2A, match the words with the pictures. Okay, these two activities, vocabulary bank 1A and 2A, please. Welcome, Emily. Your camera on, please. Emily, your camera on, please. Okay. Welcome, Kenya. Your camera on. We're doing activities 1A and 2A from the vocabulary. Welcome, Anais.
Hi, teacher. I sent a message. Sorry for my delay. I was traveling to my grandmother city.
Okay, good. Thank you. We're doing activities now, 1A and 2A from the vocabulary. Yeah?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Welcome, Anais.
Hi, teacher.
Are you going to be able to do the activities 1A and 2A now?
Okay, okay.
Anais, I think I won't be able to mark you as present today, correct? Because you are showing up 2 hours, 10 minutes inside the class, and I can see that you're still walking on the street. So, so unfortunately, I won't be able to mark you as being present in this class, correct? Because you missed 2/3 of the class, more than 2/3 of the class, and even now you're not participating in the class because you cannot do any activities because you're visibly walking on the street somewhere. Okay, so please pay attention to your attendance, everyone. I know that sometimes things happen and you're late, and thank you very much that you're informing me through the email or through the WhatsApp as an immediate action. But I cannot mark attendance if you show up on the last 15 minutes of the class, and even now you're not participating because you're driving in the car or you're sitting in the car and you can't be doing the activities. So I'm just saying that for today's class, unfortunately, Anais, for you, I cannot mark as you participated. You are very welcome to stay, of course, and please do that. Listen to what we're gonna do the next activities, but please organize your time in a way that you don't miss classes. Okay. Couple of minutes left, guys. Again, those who joined now or just reconnected now, we're doing vocabulary activities 1A and 2A from the Moodle platform. Okay, 2 minutes, and then we move on. Okay, time's up. The majority of you finished, those at least who started on time. Let's move on. Let's have a look at the 3 pictures here on your screen. So 1, 2, 3. Who would like to describe the first picture? What can you see here? Emilio, would you like to describe the first picture here?
I see a big house. I don't look correct. Be carefully the no, be careful. I don't look correctly the color. I think it's green, but I don't look correctly. I can see how many persons stay in the front. I look how many tree and many green garden. I think this house is located outside the city with
Yes.
not a camping house, but I forget how do you say casa de campo. I think it's a typical house of forest with the all the money in the United States.
Okay. Okay.
Or I think it's ay, no sé cómo se llama, pero son como actividades de campo.
Okay. Okay, activity house. Do you think it's a modern or it's an old type of house?
I think it's an antique house because
Okay.
the type of the type of the window, the type of the door,
Okay.
the color, the roof is all no, it's all. It's the typical old house in the located outside the city.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Now let's look at this picture here. Picture number 2. Who would like to describe this picture? Kenya, would you like to describe this picture? Number 2?
Yes, it's a room with antiques,
Antiques, yeah.
antiques, with future furniture and photographies. In future.
Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay, so one of the key elements would probably be this, correct? Because not every single house has a piano inside. So again, you can see a piano, you can see some sort of an old desk or table where someone can do something. You see another table here. You see some chairs. Absolutely right. We're seeing some old photos or old paintings of some people. We don't know who they are at this stage. And you can see some interesting selections of colors, which again shows or indicates us that this could be quite an old house, quite an old interior. And this picture here, Emily. The picture number 3, can you describe the picture number 3, Emily? Emily? The microphone? Melissa, can you describe the picture number 3? Melissa?
I think it's a very beautiful house. It looks very elegant because of the lamp.
Okay, what else can you see? So you can see a lamp. You can see what else in this room?
Room is the color.
It's probably like in a dark red or burgundy color. The walls, okay. What else can you see? Okay, Daniel, can you help Melissa a bit?
I see the partiture.
I
Sorry?
would say it's a quiet and peaceful room in the house
Mhm.
where a musician writes music, because I can see music scripts, partitures. I don't know what's the word in English, but I would say that this room inspires peace, and it just in general inspires the person who sits and writes music.
Very good. Very good. Yes, you're absolutely right with a lot of things. Actually, this house and the interior is of one of the better known, for good reasons, Russian called Tchaikovsky. I'm sure some of you heard of him. If not, you will hear in a second. What are we gonna do next?
I used to play his music on the violin.
So you're more familiar with him than most of us. Well done. So this is actually his house, and that's the interior of the house. Now, what I would like you to do, I would like you to open activity 4B on Moodle. Okay, so look at the photos of Tchaikovsky's house. Which do you think shows what? I'm going to play you the recording. Listen to the recording and how the author describes the house. We're going to hear the recording only once. and you will need to match the picture with the specific location. So it's going to be location, a place where he composed, a place where he wrote letters, and his favorite place. Okay, so don't guess it yet. Just open the activity on Moodle 4B, and I'm going to play the recording for you to listen and then mark the actual result. Okay? So at this stage, let me see how many. Okay. Now, just open the activity 4B. Listen, we're going to play the recording only once. So please listen carefully and then match the places with the definition. Okay, let's go.
4.22.
In 1885, Tchaikovsky wrote to a friend, "These days I dream of settling in a village not far from Moscow, where I can feel at home." First, he rented a small house in the village of Medanovo. But Medanovo was too full of tourists in the summer, and Tchaikovsky had too many visitors, when what he wanted was peace and quiet. Eventually, he found the perfect house in the small town of Klin. It was 85 kilometers northwest of Moscow, and he lived there until his death on the 6th of November, 1893. It is the place where he wrote his last major work, his Sixth Symphony, or the Pathétique, as it's sometimes called. It's a grey wooden house with a green roof. Tchaikovsky's servant, Alexei, lived on the ground floor, and the kitchen and dining room were on the first floor. Tchaikovsky himself lived on the second floor. The sitting room and study, where his piano is located, is the largest room in the house, and there is a fireplace and a bookcase with his music books. His writing desk, where he wrote letters every morning after breakfast, is at the end of the room. But the place where he composed music was in his bedroom, on a plain, unpainted table overlooking the garden. In his final years, Tchaikovsky's great love was his garden. It was not a tidy English-style garden, but more like a forest. He adored flowers, particularly lilies of the valley. And after his death, his brother Modeste, who had decided to turn the house into a museum, planted thousands of lilies of the valley around the garden. In 1917, after the Bolshevik Revolution, an anarchist named Doroshenko lived there with his family. People say that he fired shots at the portrait of Pope Innocent hanging in one of the bedrooms. He was finally arrested in April, and the house became the property of the state. Since 1958, the winners of the annual International Tchaikovsky competition have all been invited to come to Klin to play his piano. And there is a tradition that each musician plants a tree in his garden, in the hope that, like his music, it will remain beautiful forever.
Okay, so now you can complete activity 4B. Which of these shows the place where he composed, the place where he wrote letters, and his favorite place? Once you complete this activity, I want you to complete the second activity of reading part, activity 4E. So finish 4B first, and then move on to 4E, please. Okay, 2 minutes to finish both activities. 4B and 4E. Okay, guys, 1 minute and then we move on for both activities, 4B and 4E. 4B, it's only 3 matching pictures, so it should be very quick. 4E will take a bit longer time. Okay, 1 minute, and then we move on. Okay, time's up. So we heard a very nice description as the author was talking about Tchaikovsky's house, the way that it was described, the exterior, that the house was very old, the surroundings of the house, the garden, the forest, the path leading to the house, the way that the house was decorated and painted from the outside, as well as the interior. The way it would describe the main room, the way to describe the different features of the main room, like the tables, the chairs, like you described the piano that was the masterpiece of that specific room, as well as the way it described the bedroom. The bedroom, and in particular the corner of the table of the bedroom, where it had just a simple chair, a simple table, and a view through the window into the beautiful garden that was inspiring that person, Tchaikovsky, to create his music and his masterpieces that he did create when he was alive. Now, I want you to do a listening activity. Again, we're a listening activity 5A, where you're going to hear the 4 American architecture students describing their dream house. You need to match the speaker to the person who is listening. Please pay attention to the way they are describing their dream houses, okay? Pay attention and think yourself. We already practiced a little bit when you were talking about your ideal home at the beginning of this unit. So now, with all of this additional vocabulary, try to grab some expressions the way they are describing their houses, okay? As well as some expressions from the previous activity when the author described Tchaikovsky's house. So Look at the unit activity 5A. Listen to 4 American architecture students describing their dream house, which speaker is. Okay, so do this activity, and then we're going to have some additional activity. But while doing this activity, please pay attention. If you want, and if you have time and space, write down some of the words that are being used when those places were described. Okay, so activity 5A, listen to 4 American architecture students describing their dream house.
Teacher, I have a problem.
Yes.
I accidentally
I can see.
opened it. I opened it today, but no, like I didn't did the activity.
That's why you have to be very careful. Okay, I'll give you another chance on this one because I saw the result. But be careful next time, please. Again, if you are advancing ahead of everyone, I know that it's not fair, and I'm trying my best to make sure that we are all staying on the same pace. But don't open activities in advance because these things then can happen. So try now. Is it working, Rafael?
Yes, it works. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, 1 minute left. Emily, Andrea, your camera is on, please. Emilio, your camera on, please. Okay, so as most of you have finished, now, as I said, I do hope that you paid attention. Maybe you even had a chance to write down some of the vocabulary or the words or the expression that have been used when describing the places, as well as from the Tchaikovsky's recording. Now, as we're finishing this unit, what I would like to do, Emilio, are you driving the car and listening? Please drive safely.
Yes, mister, I am driving to my home because it's night and I'm staying work and my boss say me, okay, buddy, goodbye, and I take my thing and I'm driving to my home.
Okay, please drive safely, okay? Focus on the road, not on me, just listen. So as we're finishing this this unit, and in this unit we predominantly spoke about the houses, about the places where we live, or about our ideal houses. Now, for the next 15 minutes, what I want you to do, I want you to record a video, again, a standard 1-minute video, talking about and describing your house or your flat. Okay, so 1-minute video describing your house or your flat. Again, with all of the vocabulary we heard in this unit, how big, small your house is, where is it situated? You don't need to give the specific details that my house is in Puerto Sur or somewhere. You don't need to give that. There is no need for that. But I want you to describe in your best ability, using the vocabulary that we covered in this unit, your house or the flat where you live. So my house is in a very green area of the city. It is not in the city center, but it is outside in the outskirts of the city. I live in a house with my 2 or 3 children and my wife. My house has 4 bedrooms. It's very spacious. It has a small garden in the back where I can take my dogs for a walk, so on and so on. Okay, so you can write down some notes if you like, but again, I want the video to be natural. So I don't want to see the videos where you are actually reading from the script, correct? So you can make some notes if you want to. You can absolutely do that, but please make sure that you are not reading in the video, because again, you will get a lower points. So we have 16 minutes, 15 minutes for this activity. At 9, I need to receive everyone's videos to my email, just like we did with all of the previous videos. So at 9 sharp, I need to I have 27 students in the class. I need to receive 27 emails with your videos or with the links to your videos, if it's too heavy, talking about and describing your house or your flat where you live. So start from the outside, okay? Where is your house or your flat situated? And then talk a bit more about your house. Is your house spacious? Is your house crowded because there's too many people there? Is your house organized? Is it minimalistic? Is it not? Is it the opposite? Maybe it's a messy house at the moment. Okay, you describe it. It's your house or your flat, so you describe it. Okay, so as I said, make some notes if you need to, but please make sure that when you record the video, you are not reading all those notes. You can have a quick look, but please do not read those notes. Okay, so this is the activity. As I said, all the videos have to be sent to me in the next 12 minutes or so. Okay, so by the end of the class, I need to receive everyone's videos via the email. I'll send my email one more time to the chat, but you should all have it. Okay, so start now, please. And again, the video, just make it as simple as possible. Grab your phone, record the video, attach to the email, and then send it. Okay? So you can
Teacher,
start
what
now.
is the length of the video?
1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah, you can write, you can talk more if you want, but minimum 1 minute.
Mr. Send the video for email.
Yes, I'm typing my email right now. Sorry, that's can't type my own surname correctly. Sorry for that. Okay, so my email is in the chat box. 12 minutes, don't overthink whatever vocabulary we use throughout these classes, so this unit, use it, record a video, send it to my email, that's it.
Montes, can we leave now or just to get
No.
the
You
video
need
going?
to you need to record the video, send it to me. Once you send it to me, once I see in my email, then you can leave it. That's what we're doing in the class, because if I give you, the more time I give, the more time you need. You have 10 minutes now to record, and I'm sure you will all do it on time. Just take the camera, have some notes in your head or on the paper, what you're gonna say about your house, okay? How are you just gonna describe your house? How many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how spacious or how tiny the place is, how it makes you feel, what kind of decorations you have in your house, do you have paintings? Is it your, I don't know, your daughter's or your sister's paintings on the wall, so on and so on. Just describe the way you like it, but using the vocabulary that we covered in this unit. Remember, the videos has to be sent to my email. Do not send it through the WhatsApp or any other mean. Record the video and send it to my email, please.
Teacher, I just sent you the link. Can you please check if you can see it?
Thank you, Juan and Daniel. Have a nice weekend. Tomorrow, remember, we don't have classes, so you are good to go. Only you two, because I want to receive their email. So the rest, please stay. Once you send me your email, once I open the video, then you can go. Daniel and Juan, you can go. Have a nice weekend. See you on Monday.
Thanks, teacher. You too.
Okay, Manta. Thank you. Have a nice long weekend.
Thank you, guys. You too.
Everyone. Bye.
Teacher, I have sent you the email.
Nicole, I cannot open your email, so please send me video directly attached as an attachment or upload it to the Drive or WeTransfer, wherever I do not need the access.
Teacher, repeat, please.
I cannot open your email, and I cannot open, I think, Carla's email as well, because it's asked me to sign in. Please, when you are uploading the video, send it directly from the university's account or upload it on the programs like WeTransfer or Google Drive, so that it does not ask me for a special permission to access those videos. Okay? So Nicole, please resend it to me. Javier, I don't have, again, Javier, I don't know where did you upload the video, but does not give me the permission to access the video. So attach it directly to your email or upload it on the programs like WeTransfer or Google Drive.
Teacher, you can confirm if my video send is well?
Sorry?
You could open my video?
No, you can't.
No. I'll try maybe.
Try to attach directly to the email as an attachment, because when you send it, it redirects me to Microsoft something, and it asks me to log in.
And so, excuse me, can you open my video, or you need to send you in another way?
Let me have a look. No, I can't. It doesn't let me. It says the access is denied.
Okay, I will try to send you in Drive.
Yeah, thank you.
Teacher, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you get my video?
Let me have a look. I did. And I can open. So have a nice weekend.
Teacher, I just sent my video. Can you check if you can open the link?
Yeah, 1 second. Yes, I can. From Maylene and Carla, I can both. Okay.
I am worried, teacher.
Sorry, I can open your Carla. I can open yours. Okay, listen. If you need a bit more time, I'll give you a bit more time, but just please make sure you send me today. Okay, do not postpone it to any other day. So finish it, send it to my email. As I said, WeTransfer is a free link that you can send me the longer size videos, or you can send through the Google Drive. Okay, that's very easy, very straightforward. Don't upload it somewhere where it requires me the access, or the access will be denied. Okay, so send to me by today to my email, and then remember that tomorrow we don't have a class. Have a very nice and long weekend, everyone, and I will see you all on Monday.
Okay, bye, teacher. See you Monday.
Okay, see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend.
Can you check if you get mine, Mr. Mantas, please?
Let me see. Yes, I got yours, Andrea. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes,
Thank you, bye.
you're
I am
welcome.
worried about the last video of the movie.
Why?
If you can open.
I once I get back to Guayaquil, I will be reopening, and I will give you the feedback on all of the videos that you send me. So don't worry about that. If I got your email, everything will be fine. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good. Have a nice weekend, guys. See you all on Monday. Don't forget to send me the video by the end of today. Okay?
Bye, teacher.
See you all on Monday.
Bye,
Have a good
Mr.
weekend.
Teacher, thank
See
you.
you. See you, everyone. Bye-bye.